is a segment where we take a look at a board game based on an IP, and I tell you if the IP and the mechanisms match. Today we're looking at Cuphead, the fast dice rolling game.
Playing Cuphead is quite easy. I have a number of phases you're going to go through. You're going to put a boss out, and at the top will tell you how many hit points they have based on the number of players. Then you'll put out 3 cards, and you will set the timer for 20 seconds, and you will roll the dice as quickly as possible. So a few rules of playing this. You're trying to place a dice that matches that icon in the slot that's there. You can go ahead and move forward, but once you place something forward, you can't go back and play. So let's say I rolled a foot here, and I was able to place this foot out. I could then play a pea shooter if it only has 1 icon. That's going to allow me to do is damage him at the end of the turn. If it doesn't have any more of the icons, I would continue to roll until maybe it'll put something out on the board. Now, say I didn't want to get that or time is running out, I could go ahead and try to move forward in the order if I wanted to. So the way it's going to happen is at the end of the round, I would make that. I would do 1 damage to him. These 2 would block it. And this one I didn't do anything, so I would lose 1 of my hit points. If the players lose hit points and cannot heal, they lose the game. If they're able to go through the entire deck and get to the end of it, beating all 3 phases, they win the game.
So this does bring the video game to your board gaming table. And what you're going to have is they have 8 different villains to go through, which is nice and much really unexpected with a game of this nature. The artwork is fantastic, and it looks like the video game. And it nails that in spades. Now, as for the gameplay, if frantically trying to roll the dice as quickly as possible, you know, I guess that's an easy mechanism to kind of make this mass market. And I think it's fun. It's fun enough for what you're expecting from a Cuphead game. This game does bring the difficulty over from the video game. This game is extremely difficult for us, and we hardly ever win it, to be honest, which is just like the video game. There's a little bit about this game that's not pulled me in, you know, the jumping and kind of the platforming of the video game. But as for the difficulty, the look of it, the frantic dice rolling, I think that all plays into the video game. So I think the video game and the board game match a little bit. The game is okay. It's not the greatest game in the world, but it does have a pretty good solo variant. For me, it's going to be a keeper.